I knew you guys were going to be here. The other day, I made a video. It was an announcement talking about a question and answer segment for the FanFic Critic. Well, this is a video where I answer all of your questions. 35 to be exact. Yeah, I actually got 12 comments on that video, but some of you asked more than one question, so the question total was actually 35. Oh boy, I have my work cut out for me. So, let's not waste any time, and let's see what the first question is. For those who do not know who Wave 3436 is, this fellow YouTuber is also an author on fanfiction.net, and they're the person who wrote that Pikachu X Parcherusu story. Well, Wave, to be perfectly honest with you, I didn't like your story. I'm being perfectly honest with you, I did not like your story. Mainly because it was just so hard to read. You can't really get into a story if the grammar is as bad as it was, and I'm sorry, but the grammar was awful for that story, especially near the end. I mean, the storyline was okay, but near the end of the story, you did not know really what was going on because you had sentences merged together. At some point, you couldn't tell who was talking. So, to be perfectly honest with you, Wave, I did not like your story, and I'm sorry. Moving forward to the next question. Well, Dramatic, I have to say the weirdest story I have read would still have to be Mr. Dink's Obsession. That one still freaks me out whenever I read it or watch that review. For those who have not seen all my episodes, Mr. Dink's Obsession was this very weird Doug fanfic. It was just a weird story overall. It was just weird. It was weird. I mean, after reading it, you're like, huh? You have no idea what to say. I mean, you can't really say it's good. You can't really say it's bad. All you can say is, huh. That's all you can really say. So I'd say that was definitely the weirdest fanfic I've read. I'm still trying to find another fanfic that's weirder, but so far, no fanfics have come close. So, let's move forward to the next question. Well, Daniel, it depends. I mean, the crappy author and Susan were kind of accidents, if you know what I mean. The crappy author was only supposed to be a one-shot character. She showed up at the end of episode 13, I think, where I read the worst fanfic ever. And Susan, well, she was supposed to be the host of Sequel Critic, but because Sequel Critic kind of flopped, I got rid of the show, but I kept Susan around. So, there might be another character. I'm not sure, though. But you never know. I mean, I don't know for sure. These things kind of happen. Well, Otakun review. The mistakes that drive me the most insane about fanfics, well, is A, when the author does not check their grammar. I know that not everyone is going to be perfect about that, and maybe seeing one or two is okay, but if it's like literally filled with grammar issues, it makes me scream because you would think that these people would read it over and over and over again. Another mistake that drives me nuts, although I'm not really sure if it's always a mistake, is when the author writes the characters out of character. I mean, in some cases, it's sort of understandable to write a character out of character, but sometimes it just doesn't work. Like, if you're doing it in an alternate universe, then it makes sense to write the character out of character. But if it's supposed to be, like, based off of the movie / TV show, whatever, and you're writing the character completely different than how they are in the TV show, then it doesn't work. And the final mistake that drives me bonkers is when the tenses change in the story. If it goes from, like, past tense to present tense, that drives me nuts. And I'm not going to get too hard on people, though, about that, though, because in my defense, in one of my own stories, I accidentally switched between the tenses. So I think it's a common mistake, but it still drives the reader crazy. So, let's move forward to the next question. Well, I know I was sent to a mental institution at the end of episode 8, so that's 1. I think, well, with Strawberries and Lace, I know Susan called 911, because you see her calling 911, but I think she just sent me to the hospital. I don't think she actually sent me to the loony bin. But the next time I kind of lose it, I go to the loony bin. So I think I've gone at least 2 times, maybe 3. I'm not really sure. I didn't really actually count, but I'd say at least 2 times, possibly 3, but I'd say 2. Moving forward to the next question. Well, Daniel, I don't want to spoil you guys, but there is a fanfic that has yet to be aired online that really pissed me off. What I mean by that, you guys know that I've filmed up to episode 66 already. Well, let's just say there's a fanfic that really made me the angriest. But out of the episodes I've already aired, the fanfic that definitely made me the angriest was Too Weak to Complain by Daniela Jackson. Not only is it about a real person, that being Michael Jackson, but it's about his family, and what really annoys me is that the author, Daniela Jackson, keeps on implying that the stuff in her story is true, which it's clearly not. And the fact that she's supposedly a fan of this guy is even more horrendous because, when someone reads that fanfic, you don't think of a fan writing a fanfic like that. So I think that fanfic really made me the angriest. Well, Wave, I'd say the worst fanfic I've read would have to be the fanfics written by the author I Kill Faggots. A little spoiler for tomorrow, episode 49 is going to be another story from I Kill Faggots. And I think when you guys watch that review, you'll understand why I think his stories are the worst. So, let's move forward to the next question. Well, Daniel, the thing is, I still don't like it when people write stories about real people. But with your story, it wasn't bad. I mean, you have to also remember, Siskel and Ebert have been portrayed in cartoons and stuff, so to me, you can kind of get away with having them be fanfics. And, it wasn't like you made them like a gay couple or something, which they aren't in real life. I mean, it was comical what you did. It was innocent. It was something you might see like in a funny section in a newspaper. I don't want people to write fanfic about real people anyway, but if they do, I hope they take to your example, and I honestly don't know why people haven't taken to your example. It's just that when people write fanfics about real people, they just don't do it right at all. Like Angry Video Game Nerd and Nostalgia Critic. They made them gay lovers. And I know some of you are going to say, oh, well, they're fictional characters. They are not! Maybe their counterparts are fictional, like Ask That Guy and Chester A. Bum. They're fictional, but not the Nostalgia Critic or the Angry Video Game Nerd. The thing is, they started their internet shows very much like a lot of us have, expressing their opinion. That's how I started mine. I know the FanFic Critic has become a little more like a character in recent episodes, but that's not how it started. I started the FanFic Critic because I wanted to express my opinion. The Nostalgia Critic started his show because he wanted to express his opinion. The same with the Angry Video Game Nerd. So no, we are not fictional characters, we are real. Let's move forward to the next question. No, I haven't heard of the fanfic servant. I don't think I want to know who the fanfic servant is. But knowing me, I'm probably going to look it up after I upload this video. Daniel, Susan does not have a salary. She does not work for me. She never has worked for me, and she never will. The thing is, Susan is family. She doesn't even show up on my show often, and the time she does, it's more like a reluctant cameo. Or it's because I've gone insane and she had to, help me. But no, Susan doesn't get paid. Well, video game profits. Oh boy. I have a lot of favorite YouTubers. Clearly, I like the film buff and the host of Vaulting, Morgan Ledger. I enjoy the Idiots of YouTube show by the Sly Fox TNT. I like Huey's animated reviews. I like Daniel Lox's videos. I like T Princess's videos. I like a lot of videos. I like a lot of YouTubers. Most YouTubers I like. It's the ones who troll me that I do not like. But, if people are nice to me, I tend to like them. Unless you give me a reason to hate you, I'll most likely like you. What's the most disturbing /fanfic I've ever read? Well, this fanfic I didn't actually review on my show. I was going to, but I turned out to not do it. Let's just say it was this Buffy the Vampire Slayer fanfic. Not only was it / it had incest. It was a Dawn / Buffy fanfic. Well, Black Warrior, if I didn't post the videos online, there wouldn't really be any point in me recording them. The thing is, I started posting the FanFic Critic online because I was encouraged by a friend of mine to do it. Pretty much. I wanted to post them online, but I needed a bit of a push because, I was kind of worried about what people would think. I mean, sometimes I liked it, and other times I'm thinking, well, stupid is pretty much me sitting in front of the screen reading a fanfic out loud. It's like, yeah, right, like that's going to catch on. But, pretty much my friends encouraged me to upload, and so I did. Well, Becca Chiro-sen, if I'm saying that right, or Chan, it feels pretty good that I have viewers in Japan. Well, I have actually reviewed some good fan fiction on my show, just to let you know. But yeah, I've read good fanfics, and I've reviewed them. I tend to review the bad ones more because, well, they kind of stand out more if you know what I mean. Well, Jay, if you don't mind me just calling you that, I don't know if using those type of characters is really appropriate for a fanfic. I mean, you don't see those characters in, like, novels or anything like that. I mean, I think the only time it'd be appropriate is if you're writing a story and you have, like a note from one person to another, like, say, like a teenage girl decides to write a note to another teenage girl, and you're supposed to be showing what the note says, and then you have some of those symbols in there to represent the girl's drawings. Then I could see possibly having those characters in there. I think if I saw any of those characters in a fanfic, though, which I haven't yet, but if I do, I think I'll probably have this, like, WTF look on my face because, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it would really work.